Jack was a great collegiate player, and like every young golfer who has some talent, he had aspirations of playing on the professional tour. But he had an epiphany one April afternoon playing at his home course in eastern Kentucky. They were playing Wake Forest in a match. Jack played what he describes as the best round of golf that he had ever played.
I think I shot 73 or 74, which I was pretty pleased with.
He played with Lanny Watkins, who shot 64 and complained the entire round about how badly he was playing.
Well, back when I was in college, I was young and didn't know any better, so I was capable of going low. Back in those days, I beat everybody, and I mean, beating him was really nothing special.
So that kind of gave me a little hint that if I was going to be in the golf business, I might not be a playing professional.
You know, Jack, I wouldn't have thought I'd have had such an impact on your life.
We were selecting a pro, thought we had one selected, and Ken Seacrest, who is a friend of Jack's, called and said, "Have you filled that job?" And I said, "Well, I think we have." But he said, "Well, have you talked to Jack Barber?" And I said, "No, we haven't."
And he didn't actually learn about it until the day before the deadline that they were accepting resumes. Keep in mind, that was 24 years ago, and fax machines were not commonly used. Emails were not commonly used. The only way to actually get a piece of information in written form somewhere was to use a courier service or hand deliver it.
And the next day, Becky, Jack's wife, arrives at my house about 10 o'clock in the morning with a resume.
She'd driven all the way up from Lexington, Kentucky.
Which is a 4 or 5 hour drive.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hour drive, just to be sure that the resume was in hand.
He just came across as being the type of person you'd like to have here.
He radiates confidence. It was just a situation that seemed so natural to us that we didn't have any hesitancy at that point.
When he comes in each day, I think he's trying to figure out what he needs to do to make it better for us when we arrive here at the club. I truly believe he probably likes Meridian Hills or loves Meridian Hills more than our members do.
An important ingredient to Jack's success that makes him so special in what he does is his enthusiasm and his willingness to impart that personal touch to you. Jack is just a master at that.
I think one of the big excitements of the year at Meridian Hills is when Ladies' Guest Day arrives.
Jack learned early in his career that it was very important for the professional to have a very good working relationship with the ladies groups.
And Jack is just not at all shy about dressing up for our particular guest days.
He has played several roles in his career. He's been GI Jack, he's been Indiana Jack, he's been Redneck Jack.
The ladies they're just not only hysterical, but they really feel a part of the event.
I think that's made it so much fun. I mean, we have such a great attitude, whatever it takes to make the event.
Jack has had a tremendous impact on the section from a service standpoint. He served on, obviously, the section board because he's president of our board right now. He served on the IGA PGA board, which is our joint organization that really kind of runs golf in Indiana. Jack's never said no anytime he's been asked to serve. Just really gone above and beyond Call of Duty when it comes to volunteer service in Indiana.
There's that reputation in our section that when an assistant position opens at Meridian Hills, you want to get your name in early and keep your fingers crossed that you can, someday come work for Jack.
And I get the biggest kick out of helping young assistants, young backroom kids, members of the club, other employees, anyone I can help. Being a leader is being able to give people opportunities.
Long time back, I had a small reading problem, and the pro stepped in and helped me out, point me in the right direction where I can get some reading problems solved. That made me feel good, really good.
If you influence other people's lives, how much better can that be? When you can do something for someone else, you've got to be thinking about other people, and then you get the benefit.
When you think of the gold standard of the PGA home professional, a number of characteristics and qualifications come to mind. Number one, you think of the individual as an accomplished player. Number two, you think of the individual as a dedicated and capable teacher of the game. And last but not least, you think of an individual who leads by example. When you think of all these qualifications, it's hard not to think of Jack Barber.
You know, I've been around working as a club pro since 1964 and know many of the, probably most of the people that have won this award. They're high quality people. He is at the top of the list. I think as an organization, we can certainly be proud when we say Jack Barber is our PGA Professional of the Year.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.